your authorization, your authorization to become a permanent resident in Canada. So when you get that document, and once you're ready to move, before you have relocated to Canada. So make sure you're doing these things before you come to Canada, and it makes sense to do these things before you have landed here. Hey everybody, welcome back to Canadian Sia, my YouTube channel, and today's vlog is a topic that I have been planning to do for quite some time. I'm glad I'm doing this, and I hope you can you can benefit from this vlog. It's my personal experience, and this vlog is all about the top things that you need to do before you move to Canada. These things, again, are my opinion, they're my perspective, they help me out, and I'm sure maybe some of the things on this particular list can help you out as well. So make sure to keep watching this vlog till the very end, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and share if you enjoyed this vlog. Let's go! So the very first thing that you should have on your list of the top things to do before you relocate to Canada is to, of course, plan your travel tickets and to plan your dates out. Now remember, this is an important portion of your planning, because you need to make sure that you are booking your tickets in advance so that you get some good deals, and also make sure to check in and keep a record of those transit visas that you need to have before you're transiting to certain countries. Remember, based on the passport that you have, you might not be allowed to transit through certain countries, so check with the relevant regulatory authorities before you do that, with the embassies and consulates, and plan out your tickets in advance. Okay, plan out your dates in advance so that you can save some money before you land in Canada. The second thing that you should be looking at before you come to Canada, that should be on your list of things to be considering before you relocate here, is to do your research about where you want to live in Canada. Remember, if you're coming to the province of Ontario, if you're coming to the if you're going to the province of British Columbia, each province has its own I should say set of listings, rent rates, types of apartment buildings and whatnot, areas that are considered suitable for living or good for living, or that are near the main downtown areas. Those are some things that you need to consider and look at. So make sure to do your research about the specific province that you'll be relocating in. So check out the websites. So there's a lot of different websites out there that give you rent listings that tell you about how much is the rent for, let's say, a one-bedroom apartment, a two-bedroom apartment, a basement, or whatnot, a house, or any kind of accommodation that you are looking at or considering for your family. So research before you move here, because the more you do that, the better, I should say, armed with knowledge you'll be about what types of options you have when you land in Canada. Now, the third thing that is on my list of the top things that you should do before you relocate to Canada is a very obvious one, and it sort of is probably one of the most important ones as well, is to bring enough resources and cash and liquid assets before you relocate here. Remember, there's various ways. If you're bringing a certain amount, you'll have to declare it to the government of Canada. So make sure you're aware of the regulations of how much cash you're allowed to carry on yourself before you're relocating or before you start to board your planes, so that you're not in violation of any rules. And just remember, you need to have enough resources because Canada is an expensive country, everyone, and it's not cheap. So make sure to bring in enough resources and enough cash before you move here. So the fourth thing on the list is something that I think it's better if you start earlier on it rather than when you're here, just because I know you won't be able to open your bank account outside the country, but I think some of the banks might be might be willing to do that. I don't know, check with them. I think you have to be in the country to be able to open a bank account. But what you can do is research the different types of bank deals that are being offered by all these banks. So make sure to see what types of deals are being offered by banks before you consider opening an account with them, because opening a bank account is probably one of the most important decisions that you will make in Canada among the many other decisions. So it's often a good idea to start planning ahead and to see what kind of deals these banks are offering. Whether they're offering savings accounts or certain discounts, or whether they're offering safety deposit box deals. That's a pretty popular one. So make sure to check that before you come here. All the bank information, all the banks display this information online, so make sure to do that before you come to Canada. The fifth item on the list is to make sure to network properly, so that when you land here, you're in a better position to ask people for advice, whether it's regarding jobs, whether it's regarding where to move, whether it's regarding day-to-day chores or day-to-day matters. So make sure to connect with people online. There's a lot of different websites, guys, that you can use to connect with people online on social media. So connect with people online. Believe me, there's a lot of people out there that are willing to give advice. There's a lot of immigrants here that are willing to share their journey and experiences with other prospective immigrants. I'm included. I'm one of those people. So feel free to ask me if you need any help or any assistance regarding moving to Canada. I'll be more than happy to help you out. So research online and make connections online before you move here. Next item on my list of important things that you need to plan for before you relocate here is to establish relevant professional profiles. So have a LinkedIn profile, guys. Establish an Indeed profile. These two are some of the major websites. I'm not saying that these are the only websites and they'll guarantee that you get a job, but start to establish those profiles if you haven't done that already, and start connecting with people through those websites, either professionally or through the industry that you're in, so that before you come here, you actually are aware of the industry that you will be going in, and you know the connections in those industries. You know what skills are required for certain jobs, in order for you to better prepare for the job market in Canada. Number 7 on my list of things is to bring all the necessary documents before you relocate to Canada. Remember, you might need your original driver's licenses here. Will help you, your driver's extract, your experience certificate, which is basically, they call it a DL extract, which tells anybody that's looking at that document as to how many years of driving experience you have in your country. So bring that, bring your degrees, bring experience letters, any and all documents that you need that can help you while you're here in Canada. So make sure to bring originals of all the documents before you relocate here. Number 8 is about looking at your job industry and using websites such as Indeed.ca. These are very valuable and practical tips, guys, so that's why I'm zeroing in on them. And I would say that start looking at Indeed.ca and look at what types of jobs are available and what are the opportunities available in your industry. Start applying for them, because if you're planning on moving here, you can start applying for them, and well, you won't be here, so you might not get the job. So maybe hold off on the application process, but it definitely pays to look at what is the job description, what are the type of skills they need, so that you can, if you don't have those skills, you can start attaining those skills and preparing for those skills before you come to Canada. And that's a good usage of your time. And that brings me to point number 9, which is use the internet to look at what skills can be developed before you come to Canada. And if you need to prepare for the skills, for example, if you're looking at web development, there is one famous boot camp company out here, an e-learning company called BrainStation, that offers web development programs. There's a lot of those. Lighthouse Labs is one of them, BrainStation is one of them. I believe there's WeCloud Data for data analytics jobs. There's also private colleges that you can look at that offer certificate programs, and some of them are online, so you can actually start looking at those programs, start preparing for them. Maybe you can even enroll in them. I think if you enroll in them, you would be charged. That's another thing though. Maybe you'd still have to get here before you enroll in them. But here's the thing, guys, there is a lot of different boot camps out there, and once you're here, you will want to enroll in one of them. So why don't you do the research before? I'll make a separate vlog on that, about what are the skill sets and what are the companies that are offering those skill sets, so that once you get here, you can enroll in those boot camps, because there's a lot of things you need to consider. The prices of those boot camps, how long are the programs, do they offer any scholarship options? So do this research before. Again, this is research that serves you well if you do it in advance, rather than when you land here, because when you land, your time will be precious. So you do not want to waste that time. So make sure to look at those companies and e-learning opportunities that are available online. The last point, but definitely not the least point, is to come here with the right kind of attitude. I cannot stress this enough, everyone. Make sure to have that positive attitude. Make sure to have mental resilience, because remember, life does not get any easy for any immigrant that lands here, for anybody that lands here, for any newbie that is relocating to this wonderful country. So just make sure that you are coming in with an open attitude, with a toughness to build something out of nothing, to make the most of the opportunities that this country gives you. Because if you come in with the right mindset, any kind of challenges that you face can be taken care of pretty easily. So come here with the right mindset, and trust me, you will definitely remember this particular tip. It will make your life easier in Canada, because life is tough here. Inflation is hitting us pretty hard, and I think it's pretty much hitting everybody pretty hard all around the world. So just make sure that you come here with the right attitude, and that will ensure your success in Canada. So there you go, everyone. Those are the 10 top things that I recommend everyone plan for before they relocate to Canada. A lot of these tips are from personal experience, guys. So, you know, there might be some other things that might help other people. So feel free to share them in the comments. I wanted to share my experience with you. I hope this benefits all of you. And at the end of the day, I want to make sure that people can gain better knowledge from the experiences and mistakes, and learn from the mistakes of other people. And that's how, you know, that's how we all grow, guys, right? This is a sort of relocation, and immigration is a topic that is close to my heart, and I know a lot of people out there are also thinking about this, about the challenges that they'll face. So I wanted to share my experience, and I hope this benefits all of you, and I hope that you can successfully relocate here and make the most that this country has to offer. So that brings us towards the end of this particular vlog. I hope you enjoyed these tips. I hope you learned from them, and I hope you gain the most, that you gain the most benefit in terms of what are the things that you could do before you relocate out here. Just remember, these are personal tips, and I definitely feel that they help me out a lot, and I'm sure they can help you out a lot as well. So that brings us towards the end of our vlog. Hope you enjoyed this vlog. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share in the comments what you thought about this vlog. Does it help you out? And remember, guys, I'm always available for any kind of assistance or help that you might need in terms of relocating to Canada. And whatever I can do, I'll definitely help you out. I'm not a licensed immigration consultant or anything of that sort, but I can just share with you general things and experiences that can help you and make things smooth for you when you decide to relocate to Canada. So until next time, it's bye-bye from Canadian. See ya, ciao, and keep trekking.